Good afternoon, everybody, and good evening, and welcome to day 6 of our 21 days of healing habit creations. Where every day for 21 days, I am going live right here on YouTube with another focus area of healing, and today is no different. So, today we are focusing on healing relationships. So, I know the first 4 days, we kind of went into more of a meditative state. On the fifth day, we got up and we started to move around. And today, we are going to be writing a letter. Now, it could be a letter in your mind, it could be a letter in your on physical paper, it could be however you want it to be. But today, we are focusing on healing relationships. So, why am I doing this? Well, every day for 21 days, I want to take you through a 21-minute journey. And 21 is such a significant number because it takes approximately 21 days to create a habit. So, why not create the habit of healing? Duh. And so, in these 21 days leading up to the She Heals Her, She Heals the World Women's Conference, that's exactly what I'm going to be doing. So, you can learn more about the She Heals Her, She Heals the World Women's Conference by going to shehealsher.com. That's SHEHEELSHER.com. Now, without further ado, I am going to get the music started. I'm going to start my timer, and we are going to start talking about healing relationships. So, in our adult lives, we have formed many different relationships. Some of them are amazing, some of them not so great. But I can tell you that throughout your journey, I'm pretty sure there have been some relationships that just are rocky, or they just disappeared, they kind of dissipated. And thinking about those relationships, do you ever wonder, what can I do to heal those relationships because it was a relationship that I really want? And so I want us to take in this time, in this next 20 minutes and 14 seconds, so the full 21 minutes, I want you to take some time in composing some purposeful words to whomever it was that this relationship kind of soured out or fizzled out. Um, and while you're writing this, whether it be mentally or physically writing this, while you're writing this message to whomever it is, I really want you to take a step back from the relationship itself, and I want you to just reflect on the person, because before things went sour, the relationship with the person happened for a reason. Now, I will say that when it comes to repairing relationships with, you know, siblings, parents, family members, that is kind of different. Why? Because we were born into that family. So we were almost forced to have some sort of relationship with that other person. But as an adult, let's look at those family relationships and see where we can now take control of those relationships, and we can create them how we would like for them to look versus how we were told that they should be. In order for you to have a meaningful relationship within your family, you have to build that relationship based on yourself and that individual. You can't base that relationship on seeing how that individual interacts with others within the family dynamic. What that does in growing up and watching all of the outside dynamics, as you may have been close to 3 cousins, and one cousin doesn't get along with another, but you formed a relationship. But if you were closer to the one cousin, it skews your view of how that relationship should be versus what it actually is. And so, in that instance, for that composure of a letter, mentally or physically, I want you to think about what it is that you would like to get out of that relationship with that family member. This is especially helpful when it comes to parents. There are so many expectations that we as parents have on our children and our children have on us as parents as to how that relationship should look. In actuality, there is no way that it should look. However, there is your idea of what you would like it to be. So as you compose this letter to this family member, I want you to really focus on what it is that you would like this relationship to be, to look like, and how you would like for it to make you feel. You can also talk about how the relationship was and where you felt the breakdown was, while only focusing on your part in the breakdown of the relationship. That last part that I just said is going to be key and major to the restoration of this relationship. You want to focus on the things that you can actually control. The only thing that you can control in any relationship is you. So as you compose this notice, this letter to your family member about restoring and healing the relationship between you, one, focus on your part in the relationship as to why you felt that it did not pan out as you would like it to. And two, focus on what you would like the relationship to look like and what you want out of the relationship. You can present this to them. You can just speak it in your mind when you're in their presence if you're not comfortable. Or you can ask for a verbal conversation and just have your notes that you wrote with you so that you can begin to heal that relationship. Now, sometimes the relationship that you want to heal is with a romantic partner or a friend. So when we think about that, that is a choice that we did make. So with the family, kind of not a choice. You're born into it. So that's why that relationship existed. So when we're thinking about a friend or a romantic partner, that was a relationship that we chose to enter into. So when we compose this letter or this mental note to this friend or this romantic partner, again, step back from the relationship, view all aspects of it. Where did you see a breakdown? What parts you played in the breakdown? What is it about this person or persons that you want to have a relationship with them? Why do you want this relationship to be healed? Keeping in mind that healing a relationship does not mean getting back into the friendship, getting back into the partnership, or getting back to like super close. I want you to take that context across the board. That's not what it means. Healing this relationship just means that you're closing a negatively open chapter that's sitting in your book. And so when we think about the friendship or the romantic partner, when we're composing this notice, we are taking a step back. We're seeing where the breakdown was in the relationship. And as we write, we're going to point out the role we played in the breakdown of that relationship. At no time should you say, well, you did, or you could have, or you. That should not be a part of your letter at all. Your letter should have way more I statements in it. You can have some we statements in it, but the we statement should be what we moving forward. Again, I really suggest that you use I statements. The role that I played in the breakdown of our relationship is this. What I would like for us to have moving forward is this. The way I felt in this relationship was this. You're able to, being able to speak from an I perspective, you have full control over the conversation because it's all about the things that you can control. That's the bottom line. And so the other relationships that we sometimes want to heal from are work related, business related. How many times do you hear about business partners falling out and never speaking for 20, 30 years? But when they were in the partnership, in the business, they were thick as thieves. Same thing with working. Most people leave people. They don't leave companies because they may enjoy the company, but it's the people that they want to get away from. And if there was a work relationship that, you know, you were really passionate about and it was really good, and now it just seems like it's gone sour, that again is another relationship that we have a choice in getting into. And so when we look at that work situation, healing from that work relationship, that is when you truly, again, taking that step back. This one is a little wider lens when it comes to it because there are a lot more nuances when it comes to healing a work relationship because of the other components that come into it. This is where your bread and butter and your money came in. So you felt like you had to be there. However, you didn't have to form a relationship with whomever at the job. And so healing from that relationship, it looks the same as the partnership. You're taking that step back. You're seeing what role did I play in the breakdown of that relationship, what I would like to see in whatever type of relationship that we heal moving forward. Because again, healing a relationship does not mean getting back into the same space. It just means we're closing that negative chapter in our books. Keep that in mind. And so, just like with the other ones, we want to take a step back. We want to talk about the role that we played in the breakdown of that relationship. And then we want to state what you would like to see in that relationship moving forward. How do we close that chapter? And so for the last, 9 minutes, I want you to grab your paper or close your eyes, taking in those cleansing breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth, totally relaxing yourself. And I want you to go ahead and compose that letter to whomever it is that you would like to heal that relationship from. So I am going to blank the screen out so that you're only focusing on hearing the sounds and tones of healing. I have very specific healing tones on here for you. And then I want you to go ahead and compose that notice. You'll hear a timer when we're all done. And at the end of it, you should have something started that you can utilize in real life. So let's get started on composing that notice. remember, we're not making you statements, we're making I statements. It's easy to fall into the place of what someone else did. Let's take accountability in healing this by owning our parts of it. Resist the you statements. Resist what someone else did. Own your healing by taking accountability and using I statements only. It doesn't have to be a perfect sentence. It doesn't even have to start with real words. You could just jot down random words on your paper. Maybe the feelings that you had when the relationship went awry. But being able to at least jot down those words, you may be able to compose a statement to the other party at a later time. But it's great to get those feelings out so that you can begin the healing process of that relationship. Keeping in mind that healing the relationship does not mean going back to what it was. Statements. Really sit back and analyze that relationship. Pinpointing when it went sour. Thinking about where you were mentally at the time of the demise of that relationship. Pinpointing that time helps you with your healing to understand where you need to start. You take control of your healing with your I statements. We're at 4 minutes, but there's no rush on how you write out your statement of healing this relationship. And really think about it. Is this a relationship that you even want to heal from? Is that something that you care to heal from? Understanding that all demise of relationships affect us differently. So maybe it's something that we really don't care about. We have to determine if that relationship is worth healing. Because we have full control over who we allow in our lives. This message could be to yourself. Maybe you want to heal the relationship that you have with yourself. Without that initial healing of the relationship with yourself, truly healing any other relationships outside of yourself may not work. So what are those things that maybe you've done to yourself that have broken down the relationship that you have with yourself? Again, not looking for anyone outside of you and what they did, but truly thinking about where it is that you went sour with yourself. Jot down some feelings. Write out some words of what you think that relationship should be, what you would like it to be. Take accountability, even when it's the relationship with yourself. Take full accountability for that. Own your relationships as you heal from them. Close those negative chapters in your life. We have about a minute left. Take accountability. What does healing from this relationship mean to you? Is it a relationship that's worth healing? Is it one that you want to heal from? Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right. How was that? My hope is that that was refreshing to you. And even if you didn't get to compose a full letter, I'm hoping that you at least started. Now, while we were talking, I talked about the relationship with yourself. I didn't go into detail ahead of time, but that may be a great place to start when it comes to healing relationships, is first with you. So again, I thank you for taking this journey with me in this 21 days of healing. We are on day 7. Day 7. Today is day 7. I know I said 6 earlier, but we're on day 7 of our 21 days of healing. Yes. On day 1, we did chronic illness. Day 2, we did energy cleanse. Day 3, we did self-love. Day 4, we did womb healing. Day 5, we did full body regeneration. And day 6, we did fatigue, exhaustion, and vitality. If you missed any of those, go back to the playlist that says 21 Days of Healing and listen to those. Today, we did relationships. So, if you're coming in on the tail end or you're catching a replay, please go back and watch and feel free to leave comments. I always like to hear from you all. Who were you healing a relationship from? And if you need help with that, always feel free to call and schedule a session with me. Also remember that continue your healing process by bringing yourself to the She Heals Her, She Heals the World Women's Conference on October 20th through the 22nd, right here in Richmond, Virginia. That's what this is all about, healing us as women. Because until we are healed, our world will not be healed. You can go to shehealsher.com to learn more. I will see you guys tomorrow with another day of healing. Your favorite life coach and certified clinical sexologist is out.